Team 0 here for making it to Game 5?
I mean, to be fair, nobody thought they would be making it to Game 5
so
to begin with.
congratulating pre-series Team 0, but not post-game 2.
Correct. That is correct.
Okay.
And congratulations to Pop-Tart for showing Roshan under 2 seconds after I say it. Just barely gets it in time.
I can't believe for the last game of the tournament that you had to remind Pop-Tart, put a point up on there.
He doesn't learn. He doesn't learn.
This is also the last game for you guys to vote for your Monster MVP.
Can I just remind Suns fan and everyone at home
Very good.
that Pop-Tart took time out of his day to study online how to play One Night Werewolf, and he can't remember to check if Roshan is there.
Oh my goodness, the double Stormhammer to start things off. This is how Game 5 should begin. Brax is dead. That is first blood going the way of Quincy Crew, but they Decay, they're just ripping them a new one. SVG is trying to deny himself to Roshan, but it's not going to happen. With another Decay to come very shortly.
He's drunk on that Mortimer Lizard there.
Mortimer Lizard?
Okay, I meant silence because I thought of Nether Toxin as silencing, but that was a 4-man Nether Toxin for like 3 seconds.
You have
sick.
Absolutely lost your mind at this point.
I have.
You're completely mad.
All right, anyway, back to what I was saying. You guys can vote for the Monster MVP at bts.gg/Monster MVP. This is the last game to be able to do so.
There's a bounty just chilling top. Is Snaking gonna pick that one up?
Okay, he's gonna snag that. Bounty pretty
all right,
quick,
so
I'd
3
say.
bounty runes for Team 0.
Is that Wraith Band coming out? Sends a Sentry as well. Super next level stuff here from Snaking. Maybe he'll block a camp with that.
No, he is going to ensure that his big camp is not blocked.
Oh, yeah, that's fair. That's reasonable.
Yes, I know you've never even considered blocking a camp in your life, Jake.
Well, you know what?
Will. Oh, the instant! Dude, you brought a Sentry to de-ward the camp and then placed a ward within range of the Wake up, Snaking! I also made sure the viewers were awake too. You guys are welcome.
All right. Brax on the Sand King, taking quite a bit of damage here. So after all said and done, this is SVG Silencer, so position 5.
He doesn't have his glaive, so... Oh, we're not getting range. Was unfortunate.
Envy being protected by Moo, who has a battle hunger applied to him. So Lelis on Axe, the 958 ping off-lane player. Do you need good ping to play Axe? You can queue up most of it, right?
Yeah, not really.
It's a really bad lane matchup, vacuum between Axe and Void. Like, the support may be able to tilt the balance a bit because it's an Undying, but I love picking Axe into Faceless Void. Super annoying.
Moo actually sent out a bunch of regen. He's not going to do the suiciding thing. He's going to salve up when those decay stacks wear off. This is the classic way to play Undying.
Get the that attack speed slow that they gave to that.
That was nice.
That scatter shot.
Brax does not want to die up here. It is so painful to die to a silencer.
Yes. You lose quite a bit of intelligence when this happens. SVG gonna take an arrow though, and Brax finishes him off in style.
Yeah, the bait. It's hard to play against Sand King. It's harder to play against Sand King now because you don't know if he's going to have early points in his invis, because often he'll go for caustic. So.
Usually they go 1-0-1 because you usually don't have enough mana to use both of your spells, but he's banking on the fact that since he usually wouldn't have enough mana to use his spells, if he didn't level his spell, he would
really just solo kill.
Whoa! What?
Ryoya Dota, ladies and gentlemen.
He got his hero picked and he said snore, and then he killed Quinn and he said, I'm still snoring because this game is so boring.
You guys know both these guys better than me. Who tilts more between the two of them?
Quinn, they both don't really tilt that much. Like,
no,
I would say Ryoya will like passive aggressively tilt, but only in pubs. He'll like kind of check out, but Quinn does the same thing. He deletes his items, but he checks out when he deletes. He's not mad. He just says, "I'm done with this game." He deletes the items.
It seems like the coping mechanism for most players. Even Crit talked to me about this when we had a discussion with him.
Hey, you're like bringing this up all the time, don't you?
All the time that I talk.
When I had Crit on my podcast.
No. That was actually one of the most I've learned about Dota mentality in a long time from a player. But what he said was, in some games, you just have to check out. Like, you can't afford to
be emotionally invested in every single pub. Because if you choose to do that, there's so many varying factors that you'll just lose it eventually.
Right.
So a lot of these players, their coping mechanism for tilting is to just stop thinking.
Have you heard the quote from SVG says that NA Dota is like Arkham Asylum, and everybody thinks that they're Superman, but really they're just the Jester?
Did he actually say that?
He did say
Dude, that
MSS
totally sounds like SVG.
We'll get the kill, but it's going to be a trade as Envy takes credit for that one.
Calculated solo experience for Eternal Envy here.
Yeah, beautiful.
Layla's just chilling here, farming some creeps with that 9,000 ping. Gets them all.
Wait. Oh my god, I thought that Axe was highlighted and I saw Manta, but that was faceless. I got really excited. I got really excited. Thanks, Pop-Tart, for debating me.
Yeah, Pop-Tart.
Can we check if Roshan is up real quick to make up for it? All right, thank you very much. Appreciate it.
There's no ugly clockwork to look at this game either.
Roche is the big issue there.
Yeah.
No, we'll check it out. Okay, got the range creep. Now we have time to check.
It's still there.
He's got it.
Excellent.
No cheese. They did not add the cheese to the first row.
Yeah, that would be a huge glitch, and Ice Frog would have to be contacted by Pop-Tart.
Yep. But luckily, Ice Frog can continue watching and enjoying this cast.
And then Pop-Tart can actually be watching the top lane. The stunning arrow.
Arrow. Into the lead.
Combo's so potent. The body block.
Oh, the mango. All right.
Curse on him,
Hammer
though.
follow. Looks like they won't find the kill. SVG.
He has no mana because of the anti-stealing on SVG.
They
This
can't.
man went to college for science.
The leap. The leap. Oh, the leap.
He's dead.
Plus two, baby. I don't know if
right.
you guys know, but SVG, he's a smart guy. And I appreciate his real-life role-playing. He should go on your D&D session because he clearly knows how to role-play.
I don't think he'd want to do that. He'd probably hate us.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. Can't really argue with that.
That's it? All right. I appreciate that.
You got it.
Moo gets battle-hungered again. My favorite about Axe is if you want to pick them in your low MMR pubs, you just battle hunger the supports so they are forced to take a CS from the carry and effectively drawing a divide between the opponent lane duo.
Yeah, the carry just gets angry.
Yeah.
You can actually do the same thing by warding the enemy carry's camps, and so they have to actually communicate with the support to get those dewarded.
Any forced communication in Dota is just a free chance at potential tilt.
I mean, everybody hates each other already, so
Yeah.
people that hate each other don't exactly want to talk, and that's why this is so unpleasant for me.
That's very true. Snaking level 4. How is he level 4? Does that seem a little high? He's been arrowing some creeps in the jungle?
Yeah, the solo XP you get from the creeps is.
I mean, look at the Ryoya, level 6 versus Quinn's level 5. Up. No, that's a little bit of a feat from Moo.
Leshrac is looking to recover in the jungle with some stacks, so if Ryoya manages to snipe these, he wards, he's gonna see them.
Oh, yeah, sure does.
Lets the catapult die, though, to get that ward up. Is level 7 on Viper. As Lacoste would say, it is Wiper.
Windshield wiper?
Now,
Hard push.
it's just a chip push. There's
Is he actually going Meteor Hammer? First item?
on who? Viper?
Yeah.
Yes. I actually don't know. I didn't see it. He really have a
the
cute-
arrow.
Quinn drops dead. Snake King.
Viper the Lesh counter?
He's ticking down, but they're going to be able to turn this around to MSS, and Snake King looks to be able to live through this. It's going to be close as he ticks down very slowly.
Thank God
Looks like
Jack
he'll
is
be
not
fine.
the coach of this team because Ryoya has been snoring and is vulnerable to falling asleep at his keyboard at any moment playing Viper here.
But he hasn't been sleeping. He's been doing a great
No,
job.
I'm saying that
Pushing
like,
into
no
their
matter
jungle
how many
with the
kills
ward.
he gets, like, thank God he's not influenced by Jack like the Dire Squad is. 'Cause if you guys don't know, he does fall asleep.
Narcolepsy. It's a dangerous
Oh,
thing.
he was stacking for Yawar, maybe? Dude, if Quinn gives these stacks to Yawar, his game is pretty ruined. I guess he gets the 40% from the shared gold.
Yeah, sure.
Maybe he'll take the XP.
Extra gold out of
Radiant's
nowhere.
middle tower is under attack.
These are mine! Mine, you are!
He's like, Yawar, dude, have you seen my lane, bro? Tells him to back off.
You are taking my stacks. Please laugh.
We have a call.
They have Chronosphere.
Yeah, Envy. Time
Radiant's
dilation onto
bottom
Lelis.
tower
And
is under
Arrow.
attack.
SVG is here, though, and Moo is going to have to walk away. The last word. Oh, Chronosphere does
That
connect
damage
onto it. It's
output.
really nice. Under the tower as well.
Oh, that
Looks
was
like
actually
SVG
sick,
will
yeah.
fall as a result. Question is, can they catch up to Lelis? Doesn't look like it's to be.
That didn't look like it was turning into anything, but then it clipped the silencer. You guys think that was intentional?
I don't know.
I like the 2 points of Battle Hunger by Lelis here. I've skipped my ulti a few times as well. It feels nice sometimes.
Usually you get it at level 8 if you don't get it now, because you want the 4 points.
Dire's middle tower.
And this
is under
tower.
attack.
I mean, against the Lesh taking their tower this early.
Is he actually going to get a meteor hammer on Ryoya?
I mean, that's what he has queued up, and he has purchased.
You sure that's not a battle fury?
Pretty cool, actually.
I mean, you Viper strike into it, is that the idea?
No, the only thing is he lacks his tower push, and they don't have any of that on his team, so that's the idea, I think.
Yeah, and they also have multiple setups for it. So.
Yeah, to get the tier 1, it might cost Moo's life, indeed it does, Tombstone's place, but...
There's no way Viper intends to stand still in fights and Meteor Hammer, so I have to believe it's purely for the tower pressure.
Well, yeah, but they also have Mirana, Sand King, plus Chronosphere, so...
True. That's a good point.
It will allow him to also take 2.5-second long naps.
Yeah, for
while
sure.
he channels the Meteor Hammer.
Yeah.
Now,
King's actually taking top as well.
Channeling against a silencer, gentlemen.
Does that silence the Meteor Hammer?
Does it not?
Absolutely
it's channeling,
not. No,
isn't it?
It's
Wait, can you cancel it?
You don't cancel TPs, so I guess, yeah, it's an item. If it's a channeled ability, it can't.
Your mind?
It's game 5. As Eternal Enemy's dead, my brain is mush.
It's an item.
Okay?
This is a big rotation for Quinn.
I'm sorry.
Up the map for him.
I think I read the next patch. You can silence BKB. Yeah, I remember. My bad.
That's the old nullifier, sir. Snake King hunting for SVG. They know he's here.
Radiant are
We're onto the smart man's tactics. Will we see a body block? No, he lets him walk on by. Just casual right clicks with the leap. Level 2 arrow. Takes the courier.
Has been
Is he gonna get both?
Consumed later.
Jukes. Another leap.
Oh, the jukes.
No, that was... No,
You gotta respect it.
So he gets a courier and this. Which one was worth more gold is the question.
The courier was 45 each, so that's 225, and SVG was 203.
I think if you kill Silencer, you should get your int back. You should get +2 int back.
I think it'd be fair if we did the 2 int for kills for Silencer, but -3 whenever he dies, because it's the whole 2 steps forward, 3 steps back thing.
That makes sense with the saying 2 steps forward, 3 steps back.
That's exactly what I was thinking, but I couldn't put the words into my own mouth. So thank you for really bringing that to light.
And we got a burrow strike from Brax in the top lane. Arrow!
Almost body blocked.
Right by SVG.
Courier.
He doesn't actually get the courier though. Look at that sandstorm. That's a lot of damage.
You can't just walk in that there, big boy.
Buddy. I don't know what you're doing there, buddy. He does manage to get out of it.
I mean, he's a beefy boy.
Brax has this habit of just stopping to shovel.
He really does.
In situations where it seems rather dangerous.
I love
this
Ags rush. I love it.
That is awesome. I love Ags on this
Sand King Ags is baller tier. For anyone who doesn't know, it doubles the range of your Burrow Strike, and it applies your Caustic to all the heroes you hit with it. So the cool thing is, since they buffed the Caustic, it now becomes like a 2-second stun and a slow.
Oh, Envy died.
That's not noteworthy. We don't have to see that Pop-Tart. Everyone can assume that happens on a 2-minute cooldown. Now let's go back to Snake King, who's level 7 with no ulti. It's kind of interesting on Mirana. As Moo maxing the Soul Rip once again. Yep.
Yeah, that's a good combo. Snapfire ult 2.
This is Moo's job.
Very easy kill. MSS is just vomiting everywhere.
Did SVG get in range for the +2? I don't think so. No, he did not. He had 2 from the first blood and 2 from the lane. So
he started out really smart. It's like he was going to college and then he dropped out.
Like
well, or it's just America. We don't actually get any smarter when we're in college.
True.
I mean, look at BSJ for God's sake.
Maybe.
The science degree really worked out well for him.
It's not my fault. Dota does not require science to be used.
I think
it's a good point.
Think about the Silencer.
He's going Battle Fury on Void this game.
Brax.
In my opinion, do you think that's good, Jenkins?
I think it's pretty solid.
Burrow Strike to set things up. Arrow to follow. They will not need Chronosphere for this kill. And Snake King will get it as usual.
Something about knowing you have a melee core that you can go chrono on top of is just really nice with the Sand King. I love that synergy. You're just like, oh, this guy's Sandstorming. I'm fine to chrono him.
Yeah, for sure.
That's good damage, actually.
It is.
Now,
it's like 85.
Is the biggest reason
95.
he's getting Ags because the range is bigger than the chrono? Does
I think the last thing he ever wants is to blink and get silenced. So he wants to just either Burrow Strike in because he doesn't get silenced, or just not go in.
I mean, he's not really, in a lot of cases, probably going to be epicentering in to begin with, right?
Yeah.
He just wants to get the initiation over with and then kite a little bit.
Little known fact is that, in my opinion, Sand King's Epicenter is his worst spell.
I agree.
Yeah.
I think that's pretty common knowledge, actually. Oh, actually, I had a conversation with Brax about this. He disagreed.
What does he think?
Oh, he didn't give an answer. He just said it was a really good spell. I said, prove it, and then he walked away.
Prove it, and he walked away.
Technically, he slapped me and walked
That
away.
does remind me of my science degree.
He does do that.
Yeah.
What, your science?
Yeah. Okay. You heard me.
Brax is a man of few words.
But his slaps can really pack a punch.
They are...
His slaps say a lot, though.
They do. Yeah. The right side, the left side, if he hits you in the back of the head, the forehead,
and sometimes he just stares at you, and that's the most painful thing of all.
That is like a slap that cuts deep.
I'm actually very surprised Ryoya is not going for Boots of Travel on Viper. Everyone else we've seen on Viper goes Boots of Travel. And he had to start, I think he needed to go Travels.
He appears to just be skipping upgraded boots entirely. He's got
That's what I mean. It's
now.
very strange.
So I think he'll eventually go for it, but he's not willing to commit to it.
The Meteor Hammer
just yet.
into right-click items is kind of I don't know. That makes no sense to me. But this is Ryoya. He has some very innovative builds.
Yeah, this is a sick build. I like this build. I think this is
like the 320 move speed build, huh?
What the heroes he has, yeah. I think he's got plenty of people to do shit and initiate, and he just has to be a turret, you know?
We'll see.
Look at that.
Look at that Meteor Hammer go to work on that.
God damn it, Eric. Come on.
You range creep.
Oh, he cancelled the blink.
Yeah, that's the blink reveal too.
Little did they know he will use all of his spells to farm, and they will walk on them and cancel their own blinks.
Perfect timing. Bounty rune time.
That is not studying your opponents right there.
Envy,
this is studying up your opponents right here. Envy.
Okay, he actually, wow. Arrow connects.
That's a
good Chronosphere. The Silencer global ults though, and the Snapfire also follow. Brax is dead. Quinn is at half HP. The leaps in by Snake King. Not enough to actually finish up Quinn quite yet. The right clicks will commence. Still one more away, but the Chronosphere onto 2, and the right clicks from the Viper from afar are more than enough to get more than 3 kills now. After Brax got initiated on Yawar on the run, SVG looks to be the sacrificial lamb. I don't think they'll be able to catch up to Yawar at this stage. But that is more than enough to help go for this tier 1 tower now.
Click on Snake King. Look how many stacks of Arcane Curse. Okay.
Bottom tower.
Dude, he had like...
He had a TP that entire time, too.
That was like 40 seconds. 40 seconds.
Did he buy items after he died, even though he knew he was about to die?
That's so funny. That's so funny.
He's just got different priorities.
So my question is, Jenkins, if you were underneath that ward, like they saw the Mirana dying there, right? And you're SVG. And you see him dying, would you buy back for the +2 if you had the money?
100,000% no. That's really stupid, BSJ.
Over or under?
Under.
Battle Fury on Envy now.
It's up.
Do you get the +2 if you get a global kill?
You do.
Are you 100% sure?
I'm 100% sure if you're the source of the kill, you will get +2.
I know you get XP, but I don't know if that's the same.
No, I've seen it where like the guy will make it away in lane, and then the silencer is like pulling or something, and you'll get the +2.
100% confirm to you, it does not work with Pudge Flushy.
Oh, it doesn't work with Slark either.
Earn.
Doesn't work with Slark either. It only works for silencer.
That is
a special little.
I tried the Slark Earn build. I tried the Slark Earn build to get those distant kills, and it only works if you're within a certain range.
Why this arbitrarily silencer, the most boring of the heroes that we listed, barely over
absolutely,
has this, and Pudge doesn't. Pudge actually gets earned, so that would be good.
The last thing Valve wants is for Pudge to be good, because he's the most picked.
They're looking to go on Ryoya here, but he's the dangler.
Yeah, actually it's 2 different initiations. Viper taking the brunt of the damage, Snapfire doing a lot of damage from afar, but it's not enough to actually get the kill.
TP out.
Trying to TP out.
Oh, the soul rip.
Beautifully done from Team Zero.
Oh my god, I doubted Ryoya's build, but he had Dragonlance plus an Ogre Club. The Meteor Hammer gives 8 all stats, people. He has 39 strength from his items. That is a lot. He is a very strong boy.
And just going...
He ate his Wheaties.
Straight BKB next, too. This is like the most unconventional build.
This is like the least Ryoya build I've ever seen.
Dire's middle tower.
It's so not Ryoya that it's Ryoya.
I agree.
It's insane. This
You read my mind.
Eric has actually. I'm so impressed with him.
This guy has evolved to a whole new level.
He actually has.
I am not capping right now.
And you know the thing is, I think a lot of pro players have respected his game knowledge and his laning mechanics and like certain things for a long time. Bro, I see great things in the future for Eric.
It's been I'll say I've seen him in the scene for like 5 years.
Oh yeah.
This is the first time watching a tournament he's playing in that I've seen stuff where I'm like, that seems not like Ryoya. You know?
Sume is playing on his account or something. Just to spite his brother.
That's a compliment to say if you've been playing Dota for that long and you manage to adjust your playstyle so significantly.
I mean, I'm
pretty sure this is Gunner's fault. I don't know whose fault it is, but
something in his brain. He had a paradigm shift. And this is hard. When you're old, it's hard.
Arthur, can you show Roshan, please? Thank you.
Thank you.
Envy picks up the Aegis.
He does also have a DD bottle. That's very nice.
Yeah, that is. And he's
he
almost
will
done with his
actually do
Yasha.
decent damage since he has only a Battle Fury. But this build will scale incredibly well.
And for Yawar, I believe he has the Echo Saber and just going for straight BKB. And then now into Ags.
I would actually like to compliment Envy's build here. Usually against Sven, you go Mask of Madness, MKB, BKB, because you just want to chrono and kill him in it. But against the lineup he's against, it's really hard to all in the first few seconds of the fight. So he's chosen to go for the greedier, get more items, you know, long drawn out fights approach. And because he has a Viper and an Undying, I think he can get away with that. We'll have to see as the game goes on though.
Brax is working towards the Lotus Orb, no big surprise. Of course, has that Ag's first item.
The Lotus is so good against Sven and the Silencer.
Lelis.
You should catch.
Oh, no, how do you do that? He saw them coming from 8 seconds ago with that 8,000 ping.
How do you do that with 8,000 ping? I actually don't understand.
Incredible display of internet.
Nuts. Like he has to be somehow patched to the server where his blink goes off at the split second it does.
You know what it is?
He has 8,000 ping.
You know what it is?
What?
He's the main character. The main character can't die there.
Yeah, you're right. It's way too early.
So
he needs to die in the
plot armor. Though.
Yeah, he needs to die in the last episode.
Yeah,
which is now.
No,
this is the last episode.
Yeah, but not yet in the last episode.
Not yet. It's like there's like 30 minutes left of the last episode.
Right. It's an MB game. They're up by 4K at 20 minutes. Yeah, it's at least a 75-minute game.
We're halfway done.
Is Lotus Orb not the most annoying item to buy because everything is required from the secret shop? Is that just me? Really freaking annoying.
It's annoying, but he actually goes back for travels on Sand.
Oh, interesting.
Game.
He wants to be the one away from his team. Every team has a 4 and a 1. Envy, even though he has a Battle Fury, will likely be farming near his team.
Will he?
Yes, he will.
Eternal Envy.
Will he?
He will also be pushing buildings with his Battle Fury, but in the middle of that, he will be farming near his team.
Okay.
I love this BKB from Viper.
Dude, Ryoya is...
He is on one right now.
Such a good...
He wants to win the summit.
I don't know. I mean,
tower is under attack.
What?
I don't know
changed?
if, in my opinion, he wants to win the summit.
In my opinion, your opinion is correct.
That actually applies here. I don't see how that...
I'm too excited about Ryoya and how well he's performing in this that I can't even do the bit.
He has single-handedly put this team on his back. Not to say no one else has played well, but a few may have been slipping out multiple times throughout the series. People like Brax
in
the
big
drafts.
moments.
Yeah, with
I love
the drafts.
I do love
Dire's middle
though the
tower is
itemization
under
from Brax and Envy in this game though. I feel like this is a really strange draft on Quincy Crew. They have a Viper mid with the Meteor Hammer, which is also extremely strange.
On Team Zero or Quincy Crew?
Both drafts are kind of are strange.
Both
Scotty is next.
And yet I think they're itemizing perfectly for this,
Dire's
even though
bottom
it's
tower is under attack.
something that they've clearly never played with.
Would you
with and
argue,
against.
in my opinion, that the overall team play for Team Zero is actually the best out of all the games so far?
Yeah.
I think the first 2 games were kind of just them outflashing
Like the map movements and...
Yeah, like individual plays were better in those games. In this game, it feels like everyone's on the same page, in your opinion.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
In your opinion, did they just smoke on 4 heroes?
They did, and let's see, is there any...
They actually ran towards their own base, which is
Radiant's top tower is under
A
attack.
Veil on Snapfire.
Yeah,
so
they know they need the damage in the first 4 seconds. They are all ending it.
Yeah. So no ag. He actually has the point booster, so
He
changed his
delayed
mind.
the Ags by 1,500 gold in order to all in this fight. They know they have to win this fight.
What does Sven have?
BKB. There's the no treads Yawar classic.
Yeah, he does this. I would ask him about this
If they win.
if they ended up winning this. Because he does this a lot. He does not get treads.
Envy bottling and time walking through the damage of the tier 2 tower. Lillis
They're
trying to
all
find a
running
good
towards top, though.
initiation here. Backdoor protection's up, so this looks to be a free tower.
There's no clear target. Ryoya is like
under
never
attack.
gonna die, and Eternal Envy has Aegis, so
Dire's bottom tower.
he's actually
has fallen.
TPing out to try to shut down this outpost take. Looks like Quinn's just gonna walk away back to his church and his disciples.
What does he call his disciples?
The
Baby Quins?
The Calicants.
Yeah, that's pretty good. And smoke on 3 now for Team 0. Has Brax bought... Oh yeah, that's right. He went for Boots of Travel
Radiant
first, so
are scanning.
Lotus next.
Did you guys know that apparently the Quincy crew is actually not named after Quinn?
That's a lie.
No, they said it was named after like a TV show.
Quincy Crew.
Oh, I know the TV show. Brady Bunch.
Is it?
Yeah.
Yeah, that sounds right. It's also
Jenkins just made that.
It's a combination of Brady Bunch and Full House. Yeah.
Okay.
Dire
I think it-
are scanning.
Might be...
No,
what's that other show called? Dexter as well. Yeah.
Dexter's Lab.
Yeah. No,
The one with
the psychopath.
Oh,
Dexter.
the psychopath.
Yeah,
Dexter.
Dexter's
Yes,
Lab.
yes, yes, Dexter's Lab.
He's a little psychopath.
He
I
is in
mean,
the
I
lab,
studied
actually.
science when I was a kid, so I saw
that's
Dexter's
true.
Lab on multiple occasions.
Yeah, my mistake. My mistake.
Dexter was a pretty good show until like
That's-
the 4th season as well.
Did you guys know?
lumberjack,
You guys know it's actually a Dexter's Laboratory is actually a prequel to Dexter.
That's very not
Like
interesting at all.
he's the baby version of
It's
Dexter.
before he started murdering.
I see. Because
Radiant's
he was
top
experimenting
tower
with
is under
things as a
attack.
kid. Yeah,
Yeah.
that makes sense. Those are preliminary signs of that.
Yeah. Well,
SVG
would be
might be in
very
some
experienced with
trouble.
those, wouldn't you? Anyway.
Yeah, Banana Slim Bundy here.
Did you see him?
the tree?
Oh my
God.
That was insane.
I think the bigger story is that Shovel is off cooldown and Brax has... There we go. Brax,
bounty
And he waited. You
90
flamed
gold.
him. He
90
waited
Yep,
until
he got it.
after the 25-minute mark to get that bounty room.
Yeah.
Shannon, your
perfect.
pathetic 4K MMR brain can't understand
5.
what you just saw.
5.
4.8.
Yeah, true. We round up in
No,
America.
you absolutely round down in Dota, actually. Ask Brian.
Yeah, whatever that first digit is. Jenkins is 6K.
Well, you're 7K then.
That's true.
Envy already in the enemy base. This is a scary sight
Dire's top tower
for both
is under
teams.
His Aquila is still off when he's pushing high ground. Aquila is off.
Yeah.
He refuses to have this thing turned on, people.
Envy just commits
Radiant's
to
bottom
every
tower
idea
is under
entirely.
attack.
It's very binary in
It's
nature.
extremely binary, which it proves the fact that he is AI.
If we have the winner's interview, I am asking about Eternal
All right,
Envy's
write
ring
that
of Aquila.
down.
Write it down.
No, write that down regardless of who wins, please.
Yeah, yeah.
Somebody else needs to
Yeah.
answer this question.
I need to know. Somebody who studied science, other than me, will know this.
I do remember a game where Eternal Envy was attacking every 17 seconds on Tiny. He had craggy coat and no attack. And I watched him walk up to creep waves a dozen times and try to hit it once. And then his solution to that was get an Echo Saber.
He still couldn't hit once.
And it was like every 12 seconds. And I was thinking in the game, like, you know why? Because he was like, oh, my only job is to jump people and survive. 'Cause he commits to ideas.
To the extreme.
To the extreme. I'm actually going to make a video about this eventually. I've not written the
Radiant's
script
middle
yet, but I will
tower is
eventually, and
under
Envy is
attack.
100%.
anything with Envy in the title and good editing would be a
he's-
top tier.
That's 1 million views right there.
Yeah.
Move on the high
Do you want
ground.
to use that for
Radiant's middle tower is under
Dota
attack.
fails?
Radiant structures
That show
are
doesn't exist
fortified.
anymore, BSJ.
Okay, sorry.
Let's give a moment of silence here for fails.
F's in chat for fail.
Ryoya, like you said, they don't really want to jump him, but they're going to attempt to. He's already at half health. The global silence to follow.
Tried to dunk.
BKB is activated, and he's attempting to run away. Chronosphere on
Meteor
to
Hammer.
3
Meteor
here.
Hammer follow.
Eternal Envy able to back out. They can't get a kill. There's 0 kills here, but here comes the epicenter initiation from Brax, and Yawar finally gets the Stormhammer off, but dies shortly after.
Honestly,
After all that, it's the position one for Quincy Crew that drops.
if Ryoya didn't have both of those ultimate orbs, he would have died. He was like probably within 50 health of getting dunked.
Yeah, he was very close.
Is he gonna put that Titan Sliver in? Because he could use that magic.
Can
as
we
his
look at
muscle.
Axe's talents? Because there's a new talent. I forget what it is. Is that 15 or
It's level
20?
15. He hasn't leveled any of his talents.
Okay, it's 20 actually. 150 Calling Blade threshold.
That's
that
when
would have
you
been enough.
know you're having an ass game on Axe when you have a glimmer cape.
Yeah, that doesn't feel good.
Jeez.
Ooh, enchanted
10K
Glimmer
net worth lead now.
for Mirana.
Roshan up in 1 minute.
Are they giving that to Who are they giving the spider legs to? Ryoya got rid of his item, so he's intending to take one of those two.
Is really good on him.
Yeah, I just thought his whole idea was to live, you know, so I thought he might keep the Titan sliver.
Well, he's not Envy, so you know, he's not gonna.
He doesn't need that magic resistance.
Ryoya is like doing the calculations of how much HP he needs to live, and
he has clearly crunched the numbers.
He has absolutely. I would 100% agree with that in your opinion.
That's exactly what I was going to say. That's why it's so funny.
Ooh, Craggy Coat. A lot of magic damage, though.
Yeah. They have pretty good mixed damage on the Radiant because Faceless Void is going to scale in the physical damage department. Even the zombies are physical.
You know they do piercing damage?
Yeah, actually? Yeah. I did not know that. That's why stacks could farm pretty fast.
They destroy stacks.
Yeah, that's interesting.
Tier 2 tower.
Radiant's bottom tower.
How big of an ancient stack can you farm with zombies? I guess as long as you could actually tank the ancients so they don't kill the zombies.
Piercing damage, I think it does 150%.
It is, 150%.
It does 70% damage to heroes.
Yeah.
30% to building.
I don't know about that one, but I'm not arguing you here.
I like how that's now a hidden mechanic.
Yeah, it's
remember when they tried to
normalize
normalize everything,
yeah.
but piercing is still like in
piercing
there,
hero and siege damage is still a thing.
Yeah.
There's normal damage too.
Oh yeah, normal damage. Those are the four. Those are a very simple game once you get used to it.
There used to be like 6.
Yeah, they used to have the
fortified armor.
There used to be chaos damage as well.
They had a heavy armor and light armor.
What was the damage that was physical and magical?
Horse.
That was chaos. I think.
We have 10-man smoke, gentlemen. Envy's actually going the correct way.
Chaos
as they channel in. Here he comes. The Chronosphere onto 2. The BKB's already activated, but the Leshrac taking the brunt of the damage now. And it looks like Quinn does get off the Yules in time. And he's thanks to the Essence Ring. So Mirana dies, but buys back in the game immediately. Quinn finally goes down, though. No buyback to speak of for him as Quincy Crew on their back legs here. SVG not able to TP out. It's a 4-for-1. Make it a full team wipe to follow.
I can't believe they're going to win this game. Like, not this game specifically, but this series. I thought they were emotionally dead.
Seriously.
But how can you kill that which has no life? The famous words of South Park.
Great question and a great episode. And they're going to get at least 1 Rax. Of course, their death timers are not super long.
I mean, they're going to lose 2 rounds of Rax.
And the problem is, like, Sven's not a good rapier carrier or anything. Like,
you can't go rapier against Faceless Void Viper.
There's not great options for coming back into this game. I mean, they needed that fight.
They don't have the comeback lineup. Like, even if they could go rapier on Sven or whatever, there's no... This game doesn't get easier. Like, Eternal Envy itemized to scale. He didn't itemize to, you know, take the mid-game fights and win.
Yeah, which is why they would need a spike like rapier, but that doesn't do anything in this.
Yeah, in your opinion, I agree.
I would... really appreciate that.
Roshan up with Aegis and Cheese. No global silence. No Snapfire ult. No Sven ult.
This might be the most pleasantly surprised I have been with a player's performance in a long time.
I'm so happy for him.
Like, this is his best tournament performance I have ever seen.
I agree.
And I have seen a lot of Ryoya games.
And you know what? It's been a long time coming.
It really has. He's earned it, man. I'll give him props. This is cool.
That's when you know BSJ is being serious. He says, pretty cool.
Oh, Envy just walks
Envy
right
walking
in. He doesn't.
That is a bad sign when you have a Sven axe and a Void will willingly walk into you.
When Envy is this far ahead, the way that he plays is actually super reasonable. Yeah. Like, what are you doing? He's on the cliff, for God's sake.
What is going on?
He was testing his Manta dodge skills.
Are you serious? Time walks out. BKBs now. The Sven,
the double damage,
old Brax. He's the one taking the brunt of the damage now. Envy. Looks like they'll mitigate most of that as Brax fights back in the game.
Dude, this is all.
And Ryoya.
This is actually all.
If you're Yawar, you just can't do anything about this.
This is all Envy. Let's be honest.
SVG. Can they cancel? Nope.
Eternal Envy.
Brax gets right on. Oh my God!
Look at the double voice line instantly.
Dude,
delicious.
It's like he knew. He read his damn mind.
Dude, he went to science school.
Well said, BSJ.
Great job, Brian.
That's the most eloquent thing you've ever said.
That.
Thank you.
That's it.
It's called Team Zero.
Wow, it was not
your champion.
It was not all for naught. That is the most people Envy's ever gotten in a chrono in his career.